Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just another tinfoil hat. Welcome to my monthly movie review. Today, I'll be reviewing Keith Thomas's 2019 horror film, The Vigil. So, I love all sorts of different horror movies, but I have to admit my absolute favorite ones are those that possess kind of a creep factor, more than, slasher or even jump scares. And this movie is one of the creepiest in recent memory. I'm going to start this off by saying, too, that there is so very much horror, and actually so much good horror, that does have its basis in religious beliefs. Of course, there's the Nun franchise, there's The Conjuring, The Exorcist, Rosemary's Baby, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. However, it's really refreshing to see something of this tone that comes from a non Christian perspective, and that is exactly what we have here with this movie. So, the main plot involves a young man named Yakov who has just left the Hasidic Jewish community following a tragic and traumatic hate crime. However, in desperate need of money, he agrees to go back and spend the night as a shomer, one who watches over the body of the recently deceased. He is also told that the guy before him was frightened off, so that is just fantastic. So, this film is definitely made all the more ominous by the constant presence of the draped corpse right in the living room. However, that is by no means the extent of the creep factor here, as Yakov finally starts to notice strange goings on in the home. When I say that, once the activity starts off, it is just this like kind of non-stop, nerve-wracking horror train. That is exactly how I feel about it. It's a very quiet movie too, with this almost oppressive quality that amps up the horrific events of the plot. And the activity doesn't just take one or two forms either. There's these almost like hallucinatory episodes, there's the weirdness with his phone, and some of the truly all-time freakiest apparitional episodes in any movie I've ever seen. Now, much like another of my absolutely favorite horror movie entities, the Babadook, the creature in this film, the Mazik, a low-level demon from Jewish mythology, does tie into the grief and trauma experienced by the main character. I mean, you could say that's almost exclusively kind of what it represents. And again, like the Babadook, its appearance is terrifying, and I love it so very much. Two, another great thing about this movie, one of the best aspects of this movie, in my opinion, is that the lead character does not make those classic horror movie mistakes that pretty much all lead characters in horror movies do. It's like literally so many films are defined by these terrible mistakes that the characters make. And in this movie, he actually doesn't. As a matter of fact, a great example of the good decision making on his part is when he realizes he can't rationalize away what's going on in the house. He tries to leave. He tries to just get out of there. And as you may have expected, he does not succeed. So, all in all, I mean, the plot is fantastic, the writing is fantastic, and the atmosphere is absolutely just oppressive and dark and nightmarish, and is the perfect setting for this sort of story. Now, too, I promise no spoilers, but I will say that this film may have my all-time favorite ending to any horror movie ever. And this is especially important for me because I have to admit, I get so tired of watching these horror movies, which are usually fantastic, for about three-quarters of the movie. And then in the last, like, half hour, 20 minutes, everything goes to pot. And that happens constantly, and it's so frustrating. However, this film, the ending just ties everything together so perfectly. Again, this film has actually made the list of my all-time favorite horror movies. So, with that being said, if you enjoyed this review of 2019's movie The Vigil, please like, and if you're new to this field of crop circles, go ahead and subscribe to see what weirdness the future may have in store. Till then, you can keep up with whatever else I might possibly have going on my website, justanothertinfoilhat.com, and for exclusive content, make sure to check out my Patreon page, which is also listed under Just Another Tinfoil Hat. For today, I am Zelia Edgar, signing off. Doing.